Welcome to Brick by Brick in 2026, right? Because I don't think y'all have seen me since the new year. We talked about New Year's resolution, and we talked about making sure that we actually do the things that will change our life, right? And I'm gonna be honest with you. I have had a lot of people that have rolled with me, and they're making a lot of money. And there's some people that their New Year resolution was to be able to, lose their weight. Their New Year resolution was to be able to invest and trade, and it has fall off, right? It has fallen off. And I can tell you that if you're watching this right now, that means that you haven't fell off and you're here with me. So welcome, Brick by Brick, Terrell Clayton. Let's get started. First thing I want to talk about is this market crash as we're now on, what are we? February the 9th, Friday, February the 9th. And this has been a bloody week for almost everything. Gold has been down. Silver has been down. Bitcoin fell all the way down to $61,000. Man, Bitcoin was at 124,000 at one point. Amazon literally went down $25 a share overnight, like just fell off a cliff. And the same thing has happened with stocks such as Google. Google has had a major pullback, as well as Facebook, right? Meta. And so what's up? What's really going on in the world right now? Is there no love out there for tech anymore? And when we think about what's going on, it shows that one side of it shows that maybe is a rotation of stocks, right? Because you see things out there like Chevron getting a lot of love. You see Apple kind of getting some love right now. You see Nvidia actually making a comeback right now. And I think that at this time right now, for a lot of people, it's the hardest to be able to trade if you're a true trader. But for some people, it's actually easier time to be able to trade because of, what Trump may say, what Jerome Powell may say, all of these things that we get on TV and, we talk about, right? Or the things that they talk about on TV, and we can be able to kind of adjust for it, right? Are we going to get into the QQQs? Are we going to get into, are we going to get into the SPY? Are we going to do these things? And what I want to be able to really talk about is how do we prepare ourselves for the turmoil? So, before we go any further, I want you to be able to hit the like button on this video, hit the subscribe button on this video, and let's go to TerrellClayton.com. And on TerrellClayton.com, that's when you will actually see the Brick by Brick membership. Listen, it's live, y'all. It's ready, y'all. And it's accompanied by a lot of things, such as the Greeks room, right? And what the Greeks room is a proprietary system that allows you to have risk management against your portfolio, right? Because it ain't about making money all the time. It's about keeping money, not losing, right? When I got into investing, I always learned that rule number one is don't lose money, and rule number two is don't lose money, right? And so when we factor those two things in, we never want to be able to lose money. And so when you go to TerrellClayton.com, it's all about that. It's about preserving what it is that you have and strategically making sure that we put ourselves in a position to win. So I want to be able to talk about Google for a minute. Google, one of the top dogs out there, one of the top companies out there. It almost seems they do everything right. YouTube has gotten more subscribers and made more people money than Netflix, right? Google, they created Gemini. They partnered with Apple with Gemini. So now, with Siri, right? So now Apple is actually going to be Gemini is actually going to be the brain trust or the engine behind how Siri works, right? And so when we think about AI and we think about, engines like Perplexity and Chat GPT, of course, and Gemini, right, is a strong engine, is the way that the world is going right now. And so when we think about how Google is pretty much at the forefront of the future, right? And they fell tremendously, over 10% after the earnings earlier this week. And they fell pretty much for the fact of, they said that they're going to spend twice as much money as they did in 2025. I don't get it. Like, what is the problem? If 2025 treated them nice, if 2025 was good to them, and it actually showed that they are the leader of this AI space, that's the way I see it, right? The facts are the facts. They are the leaders of this new space. Then why spending more on AI seem that is a bad thing? I find it as an excuse. I find it as a reason for big institutions to just get in at a lower price. I find it maybe a reason that we just want to signal the recession call. Is that what we want? Do we want a recession? Because rarely do you see all of the sectors, all of the different asset classes fall at one time. And I think that normally seeing Bitcoin and seeing crypto fall the way that it does, normally the stock market will kind of prop it up at a time. Or even you will see gold and silver kind of prop it up. But to be able to see all of it at one time fall, that's been pretty alarming for me. And I want to be able to see what y'all think. And as we're talking right now, the markets are up. Is a great way to great time if you're a long-term position holder, holding for 5 years, becoming rich, do the things that you need to do, buying the buy into the QQQ, buy into the SPY, hold these positions, for retirement. Great time to be able to buy, right? But as a trader, is a lot of alarming things that needs to be discussed, a lot of alarming things that need to be just taken into account, right? Because I don't think that just because we have green candles today, that now it's time to be able to say, I'm going to throw all of my assets into the market right now, especially when you have these companies like NVIDIA, Apple, Google, Microsoft, which tanked crazily, Amazon and Meta, all having, 2 years ago, if they would have announced the things that they announced, man, we would have been in a hugely, that would have been huge bullish momentum and bullish signals to be able to send the stock shooting 10 to 15% in the positive direction. But now the same thing that moved them in a good direction in the past is now a reason to say, hey, we're going to fall and we're going to pull money out in today's world. And so I just want to be able to see what y'all thoughts are right now. Are we in early signs of a recession? What's going on, but I could be able to tell you that no matter what the market is doing, is always opportunity to make money, always opportunity to make money. So let's make this money together. And like I say, check out TerrellClayton.com, see what it has for you. And let's go ahead and kick butt in 2026. I'm keeping it a little short for y'all today because I'm going to come back with a vengeance. I'm going to go ahead and keep on pushing out a lot of dope content for y'all to be able to really make a lot of money off of and be able to share it, like it, and do what it is that you love to be able to do with it. And that's change your family life, brick by brick. Holla at y'all.